Hello champions! I just had a very fighting game with Grandmaster Kadric Dennis, and here in this video I will share with you my thoughts what was happening during the game. Well, I played e4, d6, and I decided to go here f4. f4 tried to go some kind of Grand Prix style against peers, to play knight c3, knight f3, bishop c4. This is not, maybe not the best, but I like this position a lot. The initiative is in white's hand, so I decided, okay, let's play here and have some fun, especially if I have some chance to attack, would be really cool. f4, knight f6, knight c3. Here I will not go inside of the opening. Later I will create a course about this. g6, bishop c4. This bishop c4, not knight f3, and then bishop c4. In the upcoming course I will share with you why this. So bishop c4, and if opponent play bishop g7, I'm going to play knight f3, short castle, d3, somewhere queen a1, queen h4, f5, and standard typical Grand Prix attack. And after bishop c4, he can take here knight e4, but here I take bishop f7, king f7, knight e4. Well, opponent has two bishops, but his king is not so good, so very unclear position too. This I will include in the course. In the game he played e6. e6, he want to play d5. This looks not very logical together, e6 and g6. But especially bishop on f8 will not know what to do, because whenever he go, there will be some weaknesses. But it's very concrete because black want to play d5 and punish my bishop c4 move. I played here bishop b3. This is a cool move with idea d5 to go e5. So d5, e5, knight moves somewhere. I play d3 or d4, even knight f3, and then opponent will have here a weak square on f6, and dark square will be weak. Somewhere in future, let's say knight fd7, knight f3. My plan will be somewhere short castle, d3, bishop e3, bishop f2, bishop h4. Somewhere, if opponent plays c5, I can play bishop a4. So this is bad bishop anyway. It's not doing anything. I give this bishop to one of the knights here, or if the knight is here, give to this knight on c6, and had a very interesting game. But somehow after d5, I thought also that after e5 he can play knight h5, strange move, attacking the f4 pawn, and also he wants to play queen h4 check. And somehow, for some reason, I decided, well, let's go at first d3, and then next move go e5. Because if you take d4, d4, queen d1, king d1, this is a better endgame for me. I have here the center, opponent has weaknesses here. Somewhere I will go e5, knight should move, knight will stay on e4. This should be great for me. And that's for some reason, yeah, here reasons I played d3 here and decided to play d3. Open the bishop, protect the f4. So after e5, no knight h5. But in real, just e5 would be very good for me. Just e5. Knight h5 I feared from ghosts. I can just play knight ce2, protect the f4 pawn. If queen h4 check, g3. So everything is okay in the king side for me. Because if queen h4, knight g3 takes, I don't take with pawn, but I take with knight. And so I am here piece up. Well, so e5 would be right. e5 would be the right move. Instead of that, I played d3, and when he took d4, d4, queen d1, king d1, I cannot take with knight because e4 is hanging. And after king d1, when he played here b6, I was very, very upset of my position. Now he's coming b6, bishop b7, attacking the center, e4 pawn. Bishop b4 is coming, knight d7, knight c5 is coming. If I touch this e4 pawn, go e5, then bishop on b7 will put problem here, especially on g2 pawn. I was barely keeping me in the right mood, so like telling Billy, it's okay, play your game, especially when here I could play e5, and this is, I love so much such positions. Well, d3 here I took and take, and b6 very cool move. b6, bishop b7 is coming, and lots of pressure in my center. I spent here lots of time to bring my mood back, and to bring my the fighting spirit, also to find the right moves here. And here I decided to go knight f3. If bishop b7, my idea was to go f5. f5, try to open this bishop on b3, and if it's possible, after we change somewhere, also open the rook. So now f5, I'm attacking the e6 pawn. somewhere bishop g5 is coming, somewhere knight g5 is coming. Would be lots of complications, so I was okay with it. So I went knight f3, and the opponent, instead of bishop b7, he worried about f5 too much, and he decided to go bishop b4. So knight on c3 protects the e4 pawn. He wants to play bishop c3 and take this pawn on e4. Luckily here I had bishop d2 move. So if now he takes bishop c3, knight e4 is not possible because of there was a pin here. So knight cannot move. And when I play bishop d2, next move I can go e5. I didn't play e5 immediately because he can take, and now I have here very bad pawn structure. So that's why I played bishop d2, first protect the with the bishop to the knight, and then go e5. So if opponent take bishop c3, we take bishop c3, we don't crash our pawn structure. Here he played short castle. Short castle, preparing now rook d8 move and pinning here my bishop. e5. Bishop c3, nice move. Bishop c3. If I take ef6, then opponent takes back this pawn, so he's pawn up. And bishop c3, that was the idea of playing bishop c1, bishop d2, and then take bishop c3. But here rook d8 check, king e1, knight d5, and here black is okay. At first I thought, well, I can play here bishop d2. I have here 2 bishop advantage. Opponent has a very weak king. Dark squares are very bad, but it's okay for black. He can play something like knight a6, knight c5, bishop comes to a5, knight comes to e4, and the biggest problem for me is that I touch this king. I cannot go any more short castle or long castle because my king came to e1 from d1, so I cannot castle anymore. So here black would be okay, knight c5, a5, bishop a6, despite of the fact that they are missing really their dark square bishop. So after knight d5 I decided to take bishop d5. Go to opposite color bishop, and as you know, in opposite color bishops, whoever attack first, usually he has advantage. And despite of the fact that there are no queens on the board, I thought still there are enough material so I can create some attacks there on the king on g8. After bishop d5 he could take with e-pawn, we could take with rook. If you take with rook, I was going to play king f2 and then maybe g4, h4, h5, or even h4, h5, immediately depends what he will play. So I wanted to attack, and when he took e5, this was his move, e5, opening the bishop on c8, so g4 is impossible for me, he will just take the pawn, and also he want to play c5, d4, so e5, very logical move. I played here h3. h3 trying to go g4, king f2, maybe rook g1, f5. Or after h3, g4, king f2, rook g1, maybe h4, h5. If you play here h5, it's nothing for him. I can play king f2, rook g1, g4 as minimum. So h5 doesn't help him. After h3 played c5, he is going to his plan. c5, d4, bishop b7. I went g4, so I am continuing my plan. d4 with tempo on my bishop, bishop d2, bishop b7, with tempo on knight on f3, king f2, knight d7. Here I played rook a e1, but instead of that I should have played rook h e1. Oops. Instead of rook a e1 I should play rook h e1, so to run from this pin. It would be very important for me. Rook e1, then maybe later f5, or maybe e6. I played rook a1, this is not a good move because he now plays c4. And now is coming knight c5, knight e4, very unpleasant check on my king on f2. Here I realized I should give my bishop to the knight, bishop b4, knight c5, otherwise my bishop would be here on d6 very strong, protected by e5 pawn. And after knight c5, take, and e6. E6 because I need to open some line for my rooks. e6, and also I am weakening opponent king on g8. So fe6, rook e6, and this is very unclear position. It was funny at the end of the game. My opponent thought that he is better. I was thinking that I am better. In real, it was around equal, but it was very dynamic equal position. It looked like these pawns are very strong. But if you look deeper, these pawns can become very weak if black do few not the best moves. If we change here the 4 rooks, it will be very bad for black, because knight will attack these pawns on c5, c4, d4, so black cannot change the rooks. And if they don't change, we have here e-line, which belongs to us. Especially I can put somewhere rook e7, so king on g8 will have some problems. Knight g5 also can come. Also I can mix it with attacking these pawns. Here I played rook a b8, very good move, bringing rook on b8, putting pressure on b2 pawn. And next you want to take bishop f3, king f3, and rook b2, this free pawn. So I should play b3. He took cb3, cb3. Now c5 pawn is becoming weak. I want to play rook c1, rook e5, attack this pawn. But bishop d5, right move. Bishop d5, attacking the rook on e6. Rook e7 and c4, breakthrough here. I should take, otherwise he will take my pawn. And after bc4, with this he opened the line for rook. bc4, rook b2 check. King g3, and now bishop f3 he played right, because if bishop c4, then rook c1 is coming. We tempo on bishop on c4, and after bishop moves, rook c7, so these two rooks would put lots of problems for my opponent. Instead of that, he just took bishop f3, king f3, rook a2. And now rook endgame pawns are equal. Opponent king on g8 is not placed well, but he has very strong pawn on d. Is coming d3, d2, rook c2, rook c1. If I play somewhere rook d1, c4 pawn is also hanging, so it's just draw. There are lots of different ways. I just went rook b1, d3, rook b7. Two rooks are entering to 7th rank, and after d2, rook g7 check, king f8, right move. Because if king h8, I can check, 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 and take the rook. And here I would be pawn up. But instead of that, he just go king f8. A check, hoping that if king e8, I will give him a checkmate. But just king g8. Check, check, check. And here I just repeated and redraw. Perpetual check. Because if I here check and take, now opponent has this h7 pawn. And it will be around again, it will be around equal. Somewhere he will play rook c2, give this d pawn, take the c4 pawn, so again would be a draw. Very unfortunately for me here, my king is on f3. So when he played d1, d1 queen, it will be with check. Otherwise here, after king f8, I could take on h7 and then play one pawn endgame, one pawn up endgame. But with this d3, unfortunately, d3, d2, d1 is coming with check. So the game looked like draw. It was okay, easy game, but in real there was lots of interesting moments, and everything started from the very early of the game, f4. So I played some kind of Grand Prix against Perk, very interesting stuff. I missed in the openings this d3. I should have played e5, and then d3 with a better position. But after d3, my opponent here played very well. Take queen d1, king d1, b6. This I didn't see this. b6, b6, bishop b7, bishop of b4, and black is fine. Later it was a very dynamic equal position. Both we should do right moves, because if one of us do some few wrong moves, then it would be better for opponent. So everything was very concrete game, so which finished with perpetual check. Quite interesting game with my strong opponent, Grandmaster Kadric Denis. Unfortunately, from opening, I had very boring position like this. I was so upset that, okay, no queens, no attack. Yeah, I had such a mood to go and checkmate, so I played this f4, trying to go there. And now, instead of attack, I got endgame. But okay, I had something I missed. I missed that the opponent can go endgame, and it's okay for him. Well, that's what happened today for our draw. So 3 rounds left. Hope the last 3 rounds will have some fun games and some cool games. Geomatic was with you. See you tomorrow.